So today I explain you a bit the navigation bridge because now I optimize the access to several things which you need on board of Amphora. First, you have to control the amount of water which is supplied to the boiler. You have to control, of course, the speed of the boat, of the amount of steam which goes to the Stuart 5A to the engine. You have also to control the direction of the movement backwards and forward, and you have to supply oil while you sit still on the seat, because the boat is shaky and I'm 2 meter high, so it means it's better that I sit almost most of the time and can control all these elements directly from the seat. Let's start with the supply of water of the boiler during the cruise. Here I open the valve of the water pump, which sucks then the water from underneath the hull through an opening and feed then the boiler. And the other thing which I can control from this side is the amount of steam which is supplied then to the Stuart 5A by this crank. I move it forward and backward. You can see also the movement at the valve here, forward. You open it in this direction to fully opening and fully closed. And then you have on the other side, you can control the direction by moving this crank here back and forth. You can see here the parallel the movement directly at the Stuart 5A. At the Stephenson gear here you can change then the supply in relation to the valve, and this is also triggered from the navigation bridge. Okay, what you can also generate is electricity by what you open this valve here at the bottom of the steam tubing, and if you open it, it generates electricity, and this electricity is then provided to the various light bulbs via this switch here. You can turn it on and turn it off, and you have a movable light. All can be handled from the seat. Another thing important is now I got my new case oil spender, and I have on the top, as you can see, I have a very long tube, and with this long tube I can even provide oil during sitting on my seat. So I can provide it to all important areas of the engine, and I have not to stand up on the boat. So it's very easy to handle with this long tubing on my new case. And I keep it here next to the water pump to have also all supply for the pump. So these are the new things, and of course what is also important, you see the direction with a compass, which is, you can just look from the top and you can start or indicate the start of the engine via the bell, all handled from the navigation bridge. There's still a minor problem if one wants to start the Stuart 5A. If the cylinder is fully in the upright position or on the downside position, you have to turn the wheel by hand to start the Stuart 5A. This is a disadvantage if one uses only one single cylinder steam engine. With a two-cylinder, of course, you have not these problems, because you have 45 degrees. The gear is positioned in 45 degrees, and then they can start in every position. But unfortunately, with a single steam engine, it's not possible. But what you can do is, this is a trick I use, I always let the engine spin very slowly. So the boat is not moving, but the engine is still moving. And so just by increasing the steam supply, then of course you start to move the boat. And using this trick, I have not always to stand up on board to go to the engine here and to turn then this wheel at the side by hand to start it. This is then not always necessary, as long the wheel is moving very slowly, then it's no problem at all. And of course one has to stand up if one supplies coal to the boiler, and use it occasionally, water coming from this condenser hot well, and to supply it. But this is really rather rare if one uses the steam pump on the side here of the control stand. Another thing which can be triggered directly from the navigation bridge are the whistles, the steam whistle and the steam siren. I connected them with a chain, and next to the stand here, if I pull the chain, then both of them can be individually turn on and turn off. Thank you for your attention.